Oh, greetings. Welcome to Earth News, or Z News, Earth Update. Another news humans celebrate Black Friday. Yeah, there's no Christmas tree in the background, but either way, anyway, that's enough detail as it is. That's good enough. So we got more on the pipeline coming soon. So either way, I do have, let's see here. Oh, there was a couple of things in the news I was going to mention. I forgot what it was, but anyway. Let's see here. Here's the Spirit Social site. Thank you guys for those that are utilizing the site. Now for we have Soul Painting's been doing pretty good. Private sessions, healing, and gift cards out. Well, I'm gonna add more eventually. I haven't got around to it. My main project recently finally caught up is the new website. Seems to be doing pretty good. Seems to have transferred over all right. We don't have another membership option, but I haven't had the time for it. Wanted to go through, give you a couple of tidbits on how this site works. Let's see. Go to the private session page. Now, of course, right here, this is the schedule session. Of course, if I can read my sessions right, I get my times wrong because I'm so worn out recently. Can't even read the times right anymore, but I'm missing sessions because I'm not, my brain's not functioning right recently because I'm overworked apparently. So anyway, but here you can schedule through the calendar, and down here you can if you order through the shop, just for example, you will be given a once you do the order, you'll be sent to your receipt will have a form that you can fill out with your information. Now you can same thing for submit a question. You can do this, and you'll receive an email to fill out information for. Anyway, I got to work on my wording on it. But either way, so when you complete the transaction, you'll be sent to a form. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So get this to work. Oh, it gets closed out. Oh, here we go. And I think we're in. Yep. Okay, this is what it looks like. You have, thank you for your purchase. Now right here you have submit your questions. So you have now this is just a dummy email. There's all your information, and then right here it says submit your questions. Just click on it. It gives you a form. You fill it out and hit submit. Then we have, if you order through the private session, just basically what time best work, what's your time zone, basically where you live, and you can choose Zoom or phone, email, etc. So I believe that will work, hopefully. And so that's a new setup. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to go into. Let's see here. One other thing I wanted to add. With Spirit Social, one thing that the new site Ivan Teller doesn't have, you have to put in if you do PayPal, you still have to put in your address, which is kind of stupid, but that's the problem with this new setup. It's not perfect. I don't know if they'll ever fix that, but to get around that, you just go through Spirit Social. If you're just going to do PayPal, normally, I don't believe you have to put in unless you're going to do just a regular through Stripe, through the regular processing, then whatever one you choose. But PayPal for quick PayPal run, you can just use through Spirit Socials. That's a quick little run around and all these. And of course, with here, I believe it's still working. Yeah, you have a web form here. So just fill out the form, paste your questions, hit add to cart, and there you go. So just to give you a little bit of how that work around. So how do I work this thing? Okay, greetings. I was going to do, I forgot what the subject matter was going to be. Well, I know what it's going to be. I saw some of Rick and Morty a little bit. Basically, this is going to be a little bit more about astral. As for how you connect with astral, how you become more aware. Apparently, well, I'm just going to go into open. Like Rick and Morty is, if you're aware of what that is, a cartoon. If you're not aware, okay. Just in case you're not aware, because I'm not even aware of what I'm talking about at the time. Morty. I imagine people know what this is, but just in case. There's other cases like this, but yeah, this is definitely your astral. What goes on the astral plane, and of course, this is like on crack, but it's definitely many versions of yourself, as you can see here, and just that's basically the real world, basically. Okay, this might be a more ADD version of it, but maybe not. So, especially those that are connecting to fourth density, they feel that environment a lot. Okay. So basically, I do feel many do connect to the unicorn energies and astral. For cutting through negativity, going to is like connecting to your fantasy world. Our version of fantasy is actually their reality. And obviously, there are probably alien movie theaters watching humans as we are their entertainment. Different version. I mean, just going your day to day, just being a good human or whatever you are. We are their entertainment. They're watching us all the time. They analyze it. They're nothing like us, obvious for the most part. Some of them might be somewhat a little bit, but not in this third density environment. But that's not an astral. That's just the alien entities in general. So those that write books about trying to explain what humans are, I think that's fun. It's interesting because they already know who we are, but it is fascinating to them to see a human's version of trying to talk to an alien, which I imagine some do get some benefit out of that. But for the most part, I believe they do understand us. There's different types that might and might not, but I believe a lot of them, I believe they understand us more than you might realize. Yeah, they might be at a higher density, or the things that we do make no sense, but of course it's not going to. I mean, I don't know how it makes sense to us half the time. With that said, yes, the Men in Black do connect to those channelers. They know everybody here. And they know who is awakening, who is not. They do know when people are slowly becoming more. I believe they even get visitations from aliens to try and keep you from being suppressed. And in those that are in awakening state, I mean, I believe the MIB also, this is just a version of it, of course. Not everybody's connected to this. Not to put fear out there or anything like that. But I do believe the MIB do go to certain individuals and put them back to sleep. As you become more awakened to your aliens or whatever they do there, they monitor you more. Let's put it this way. I think they do put you to sleep depending. It all depends. Like that's why I feel that like the Palladians or the Arcturians or somebody comes to them. Now, this is not all cases, but there's some cases. But they go to the MIB or the government here and say, please let this one awaken. You know what I mean? I believe some people feel a little bit of that. They allow, they had conversations to let me awaken. You understand? I imagine people, I can feel that already. And no one's even viewing this right now. But, I don't know if it's everybody. but there are cases where that exists. Now, for those that are not, like, calls us all crazy and just dismiss us, and that's go back to their Xbox and their Kmart, Walmart, whatever, and that's it, and just go back to their programmed reality. It's fine. That is, they have their own agendas. In some ways, that might be worse in some regard. I don't know. Somewhere, there's different versions of that. When I'm gathering, there's different. I want to say they're plotting to destroy the world. I just got a message like that. Not like that, but they have their purpose, obviously, and there's alternative motives to stay in third density. Now, some are they keep themselves asleep, like they look like trolls that go after light workers. Well, they keep themselves asleep partially, and they come after light workers, whatever you want to call it, psychic, whatever. They come after you for, there's more to it than they're just trolls. There's other entities working, and even then themselves are working against you in a way that to keep people a part of the agenda, the third density agenda. The third density agenda is to, there's many reasons behind it. It's not just Illuminati trying to get rich. There's many, those are not awakened. I don't know, now understand, I don't know where this is all going. This is all just coming through. I never really planned for this. I just know it's going to be astral. And we're going to go back and forth on astral right now, as you can see. What I'm getting is that those that are awakened, understand this is one perspective, just to give you an idea. Those that are not awakened, they just call us all crazy or dismiss it, or whatever. They are, there's so many different, I want to call it conflicts. Meaning, it does seem like some of them can still accomplish what they're here to accomplish without having the third density environment. They choose it for their own reasons, but it's just it's secretive. Now, there are some here that are here for a negative agenda. Some are here. What I'm getting. Oh, love this. I believe you already know. Those that are asleep are actually so asleep. They're working with others that are like trolls, assisting the trolls to do the dirty work. Going after light workers. I imagine some are, I don't know if they're even aware they're even doing it. They're just so, I'm being, from what I'm gathering, that's true. They're part of a negative agenda. Understand they stay asleep. They stay with negativity. They're doing whatever it is to keep them in third density. And that third density energy, whatever they're doing, is a lower vibration, obviously. And it goes to these trolls and fuels them somehow, is what I'm getting. So they are connected to it. Now, in Astros is where they'll have their little hangout. Of course, when they come back in, they go into their little roles. As we do, everybody does. They go back into their human role. But when they're in Astral, they all have their little conversation about it. When they come back in, they forget it all. Even the trolls don't remember either. So just to give you kind of an idea, of course, they call it all crazy, but you'd be surprised. Now, what workers do get compromised all the time. I believe it's an old way of looking at things as like no one's connected to spirit or not connected, they're just making it all up, blah, blah, blah. I just saw a Bashar channeling, and eventually he got into, I don't watch this stuff very often, but yeah, we're all channeling no matter what. So calling us not channeling is kind of stupid. It's wrong. We're always channeling our higher consciousness, but still, that's still connecting to the higher knowledge. If you're not, if you're just channeling yourself or whatever, we're all channeling our higher selves in some shape or form. It's just we're here in this third density character, as you can see. I'm being told to bring out this up as we become more awakened. Those that, those that are here that go to tourist places like Disney and stuff like that, they go to worlds. Now these are people that do this all the time. Now alien wise, what I'm getting at, people that go to tourist places are like born tourists. I believe you know who they look like to see them. They have the cameras, they have the gear, whatever. Some are just born tourists. It's like, we're going to go this year or whatever. They're aliens. They're aliens here. They just don't remember. They are alien. I mean, we're all alien, yes, but they're alien tourists for the most part. I believe there's aliens that monitor us in different ways. Some come here, aliens do come here as tourists. There's different versions of how aliens connect with. Some are just scientists, are just observing us, but those aliens that are here, that are human, that are us, that are going to Disney World or whatever, a lot of that, not all, but quite a bit of it is alien tourism as you see it. So, when they're aliens, they go tour. They're tourists. There's probably tour guides for different worlds. I assume there is. And they go to those too. And then they reincarnate in the world and they still do the tourism stuff. On worlds that have it. I don't believe all worlds have tourism, but maybe they do. Collections. A lot of them are, I'm feeling Syrians are doing it the most right now. I know it sounds weird, but the highest number is Syrians right now. And I'm getting also some Syrians are told not to come here. And I believe that I feel like there was a block. There was like Syrians are not allowed here at one time. I believe they were. It's kind of like the embargo we're doing with travel embargo. I feel like the Syrians were told the same thing at one time. You would think it would be reptilians. It's not. I feel it's Syrians. The alien Syrians, not the one in Syria. I do feel that quite strongly. So I want to make that known. So all of this stuff's going to come out more clearly. As for why the Syrians are told not to come here, this is a long time ago. This wasn't something recent. Apparently, they're allowed here, but some of them were not. So they had to screen them before they came here. Some of it was terrorism, but not like what you might think. I think it was more spiritual terrorism, like witches and stuff like that. I believe there was like I want to call it like witches, but like a magician war here in the past that obviously is not in our history books. A magician's war that, not to say it's still not happening now, but it's not as bad as it used to be. During the Dark Ages, during Renaissance time period, mostly in the Dark Ages is from I'm feeling a lot of that happened. So they had to be careful who came here. It got super dark. Not to say it's not super dark now. It's just, it's more, it's managed better. Understand, even for the aliens, they don't know everything. Even the spirits on the other side. They know what's going to happen, but they let it happen, of course, because they can help you through it, but we have to make our choices. We're here. It's our world. It's for us to make the choices. They can assist. Of course, we can always ignore their warnings, or sometimes they can't warn. They have to let you figure it out. There's cases like that also. So understand this. We're kind of going into astral a little bit. This is like little bits here and there. But we're going to go into more astral stuff over time. Most likely not tomorrow for us. Webinars, but we're definitely going to do more astral plane connections. The reason I see the unicorn energies, many females, but also males connect to unicorns as they bring light to darkness, and they're also messengers, and that's why they do show up in your third eye. You might feel them around. Agartha also will come through more clearly. We'll leave Agartha for later. That'll come through the astral stuff. As for the astral plane, the reason I bring it up the MIB, because it's not just them, it's also the Cabal, but the MIB has a pretty strong hold on this planet as for awakening. There's another thing I want to go on. The reason I'm bringing that up, most likely I'll bring up here and there. I kind of bring up a little bit too much in some cases, but it has to do with they do play a big role here. They're not seen though because they're in a fourth density. And there's a lot, and there are females. There is a light version of them also. It's not all dark. I think it was the Men in White. So you got the Men in Black, and there's the Men in White, and also the Men in Black is called that here. They're called different things in other realities, but yeah, I don't need to go into all that. Let's just focus on this place. But it also does seem like they are aware of who awakens, who does not, who's getting ready to be awakened, and they do monitor it. They are in many places at once. The Cabal knows. They are the black magicians. They are losing their power from what I feel. And they already know that, but they're, the woman, like, I think this is what I had subjects and I forgot what they were about. One of them is like David Rockefeller. He's old, live forever, coward energy to some degree. Like the alien Illuminati, you will never see here, as far as I know. Now, you might feel their energy, yes. Light or dark. Like with that video I mentioned yesterday about the MIB, how they're intimidating. I won't believe that the dark Illuminati would be like that. But they know you inside and out, that's for sure. They learned from the reptilians, but of course I believe they use the reptilians also for their control. Now, as for who is manipulated by the reptilians, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but like I believe the reptilians do show themselves to certain people that are here in third density. Possibly the Rockefellers, I can't be for sure. I don't think it is them, possibly. Let's say it this way: the aliens show themselves when they need to. It's most on Air Force bases when they get pissed, usually. But imagine there are places in Colorado seems to be a hot spot for meetings and things of that sort. Like in the forest, I do feel the forest around nobody. New Mexico, there are places where the meetings are. Switzerland seems to be a Illuminati hangout from what I feel. The reason I bring this up also is from what I feel of like I said with the Illuminati, it feels like they're at least the alien version of it. It's not really afraid of anything. They have it all. And when you go down the ranks, same thing. But realize when you go down the ranks, it's a black magician, doesn't need money. And then you get into the money cabal that's under the banking system. And the money is it's like money is a spell. It's physical, but it's a spell. It's just, as you can tell, that spell is pretty powerful here. And you can use it for light or dark. So it's not all negative. It's just like there's this thing about Johnny Depp, like a spin freak or something like that. So there is that. So there's balance and there's no balance. With the elites don't really need balance, but either way, it's a spell. From what money is a spell. You can use it for light or dark. You can use it against it. You can use it for it. So you can use your own energy to attract money and to, of course, that's a little bit, I know some people are already trying to do that, but also it has to do with its whole contracts that's blocking some of that. It has different, you'll be able to figure it out. It's different for everybody. It's just, but money it's energy. I'm probably saying the same thing probably other people have seen, but it does seem like it is a spell, but spells can be good or negative. That is a false prophet. And in Astral, I believe they use money in Astral also, but it's done differently. It's like a bargaining chip. Like, if you do this for me, I'll give you a bunch of money in third density. So I'm going to jump around a little bit now. Like with the trolls, I'm going to jump back into that. Some of them, I do feel like for going after light workers or anybody for that matter. It doesn't have to be light workers; it can be anybody. It can be celebrities, anything. Trolls in general. It does seem like, let's put it this way: like trolls do have an audience, and they have been audience to witchcraft in the past. And so they are sending their energy to assist witchcraft to sometimes be a positive, sometimes be a negative. Now, the audience can switch around. If they're entertained by the dark, they will be a part of the dark. If they're entertained by the light, they will be part behind the light. So it's different. They take different roles. It depends on their mood, depends on many things. This is all I'm getting. So they can switch around, and so the troll also, or the witch for that matter. I'll call it a troll because the troll has that's demonic witchcraft because it is but understand they're under your control. They're not aware of. They think what they're doing is right, but they're not realizing that there's drama behind them that they're not aware of. Basically, that their egos are being played, but also someone's serving their darkness, meaning giving them orders. Most trolls are under that spell. Now, understand, trolls not just after light workers; they go after celebrities, news people, whatever, anybody for that matter. Okay, let's go into an example. Let's go a little bit further. Let's put it this way. Say like what's going on with North Korea and Astral. I believe that this time he's actually was Kim Jong-un. He is trapped. He has more truth than he might understand. Nobody believes he is understanding of the Cabal. He is not under. I don't believe he's under the Cabal control, but he's not exactly a saint either. He's been poisoned by them. Through his father's been poisoned, but him also through money, women, power. So it's like they kept him alive to. They seem to abuse him in some, at least is where he is. They do things to. Let's see here. Now it's here. Not in Astral, but that part is here. They get him with money, drugs, whatever he needs. But it also does seem like they do, like the CIA and other individuals, they are there. And they're doing stuff they probably shouldn't be doing. And they seem to be getting away with it. And Astral, though, it does seem like he's under, at least Kim Jong-un is under control also. Meaning he knows what's going on, like with the Cabal, he wants nothing to do with it. And he feels like they're going to sacrifice him, so he's doing whatever he can. He's like, he doesn't care. He's in a lot of ways, it does feel like he's waiting for death. Possible. That's what I'm getting. He's just waiting to be sacrificed. That's what I'm getting in Astral. Probably here too, but that's what I'm getting in Astral. It's just a big game, and he doesn't want to play it anymore. So he's getting vicious at times. It does seem like he might push the trigger, meaning to not to say missile or anything, but just or whatever it is. He's going to push the trigger to really piss off the military, where they're going to come and get him. So it seems like he's getting to that state. He's juggling with it right now. He's been kind of pushed. He hasn't crossed the line yet, but he's getting there. It does seem like he's going to do it, though. That's my feeling. That's the astral state that's going into him right now. It does seem like he's going to not be there very much longer, but it's hard to say when. Decisions haven't been made yet, but I don't think he's going to be there much longer. It could be a couple more months. It's hard to say right now. It does seem like he has a lot of insiders about the United States. That's stuff that's not being public. stuff about Trump, stuff about secret stuff. Obviously, they get their propaganda, we get ours. So it does seem like it's also a Illuminati trick, also to take him out. They've kept him in power because they've been using his resources. They've been taking people there. Like if they have a prisoner, it seems like they take him to North Korea, and it's like drop him off there. It's like, here you go, enjoy. It does seem like CIA or somebody's been doing that, And then you find the North Koreans find you, they put you in prison, That's my feeling on, So it has its purpose. So they let him do whatever he wants, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be lasting very long. But well, right now nobody wants war. Most likely would be sanctions, but they are worried that he's going to really cross the line, and they're going to have to just move in. They're preparing for it. Not to say it'll be war. They'll just move in across the border and just remove him from power. Kim Jong-un. So how much can, what kind of army do they? Yeah, they might have it. They might have an army, but how long is that going to last? So it's hard to say, but whatever it does seem like they're going to charge in there and just find him and get him out of there. And that's my feeling on it, at least. There's several scenarios. Nothing's been really. I believe right now they want to be as peaceful as possible with this. Yeah, they want to be as peaceful with this as possible. They don't want any casualties, and I believe that's all around. We're going to a peacetime. As for word, I don't want to bring this about. No, this has a lot to do with Astral also. In Astral, it feels like Kim Jong-un is just ready to sacrifice himself. They take me. Basically, fuck you guys, and just, you want me, take me. Fuck you. I'm going to make it entertaining. He's going to go out the way he wants to go out, basically. That's what his Astral self is saying right now. So there's conflict there, too. It's not just here. Yeah, he's connected to the Syrians and part of the Syrian government that does not like this planet. North Koreans. At least the Kim Jong-un. I do see a lot of Syrian energies around. There's probably others. I see Syrian as the strongest. As just Syrian energy, it's just a part of a dictatorship has been a dictator to other worlds. Unfortunately, think about North Korea and take it worldwide. That's kind of scary, but just let you play with that one a little bit, because I believe that's where they came from. They've done this before. This isn't the first time. With his father being in charge. The place. It's a hermit, country. What is that? So this is not the first time they've done this. And it's grandfather, father, and then son. All three of them. This is nothing new. The son is a little bit more, or grandson, whatever you call it. Whatever. Kim Jong-un. He's always been. This one. Let's see here. Yeah, Syrian prison worlds. They have been. That's where they have their reign of terror. Syrian prison wars. You'd think would be reptilian. They probably are. I'm not getting that from them. I'm getting more Syrian. Probably a little bit of Arcturian, probably a little bit of something else, but possibly gray a little bit. But as for technologies, but mostly a Syrian agenda there. Are they trying to take over the world? The reason they're here is to deface the governments, the truth. They do have truth, but nobody believes them. I don't think they make it public either. Like our government, like America is behind a lot of assassinations. Kennedy's, that type of stuff. They know about that type of stuff, and nobody believes them. I believe that. I can see them. They know inside information. That's what I'm getting from that regime. And it's basically, to us, it's all conspiracy theories, but it's not. It's not at all. Aliens, I imagine they do believe in that too. Maybe not understand it. It's hard to say. They don't concentrate on that much, but they do know there's a presence here. So, as for the shadow elite, like our president is not really that knowledgeable about it. I don't think he is. If he is, they clear the mind. If he is, now it could be, but they wipe his brain if he is at all. Because I don't believe he's. I think it would take him off. I don't think he'd be able to concentrate. If you knew exactly what was going on, he might have some indication. I imagine he does believe there's a shadow government. I don't think those type of things are going to remove. But there's certain elements they're allowed to take off. That's another thing from the MIB. It's only certain things they're allowed to erase. Like I believe, like if you remove too much, I believe it does. They become another person. You know what I mean? If you lose certain memories, you're not the same person anymore. So they have to be careful with that. I imagine he is aware there is a shadow government. Definitely. He doesn't understand it. It's hard to say. It's all blocked. Who knows? You know everything, but it's all blocked. I can't connect to it. Yeah, that's they don't. He knows there's something there that he can't connect. He's not allowed to go into, but they've been keeping him busy, so he doesn't really. I think how like you go to a door and you feel like maybe I shouldn't go into this door, and that's that type of feeling I'm getting. So it's like it's better to play nice, because when you start asking things, you really like Kennedy, like going to the truth of that. There might be some, you know what I mean, some shifts in his reality. So there's lines not to cross. I believe he knows that. Let's put it that way. That's my feeling I'm getting on this. I don't know. I don't know the man, but that's my feeling I get from the government, at least. As for Astral, everything's known. At least for I don't think I want to go into. I'm already going into government already, but not to go too much further into this. Kind of go over. Sorry about that. Talking too much. I'll be back. 1 second. Water break. Okay. Before I lead out, go into a little bit of let's go into entertainment. Let's do that instead. Now we're going to go into other realms of this. So this is just a basic concept. They wanted this stuff to be known. Now this is also for others to start tapping into. This is all part of the awakening process. What am I doing in Astral? Now, what am I doing in Astral? Well, let's not go into that. I don't know. I just know I connect to the MIB. Daily, it seems to. Basically, I'm just letting them know, trying to not say play nice, but go by the rules. That's what I'm getting. And it does seem like I'm allowed to bring this stuff up. It's like a teacher bringing stuff, like you have to like go to the school board to ask them if you can do this, teach this. It's starting to feel like that right now. So it really does feel like that to a certain degree. So I don't know if either way. Okay, I was going to the music industry. There's different ways of tapping into this, but let's go into the Cabal vibration. What I'm gathering from the Cabal, obviously they work through Sony music and Lady Gaga, stuff like that. There's symbolisms in their videos. Poppy, I think some of that's under control of something. I don't know what's going on with that, but there's some there. Not to matter. Obviously, it pays well to be part of the system. From what the symbolism is doing is letting you know who is in control. It also gives them power, those that are in control. When they see their own symbols in music videos and see other people, the symbols are a message, and those messages go through souls. It's like programming. The lyrics are programmed, but also the symbols are programming. So there's a little bit of everything there. And there's a lot more to this. I'm gonna go into a little bit of this, but there's a lot more to it. It's like you're being a puppet within the show, as you can see. And when you cut your strings, life gets kind of difficult, doesn't it? But if you leave the strings on, you're fine. You're accepted, you have your friends. But if you undo the strings and you start talking crazy, which isn't crazy at all, but they make it outrageous for a reason. Nobody's taught about magic. Nobody knows you are a spiritual, powerful being. You have your own power. You can make yourself undepressed and you make yourself depressed. You can take yourself out of depression depending on what level of energy you have. Sometimes you're very frustrated and furious. It's hard to undo that. I know that. Even recently, doing technical stuff, whatever. It's hard to unravel that. You just got to bring in the light when you can to settle down your energies if possible. But let's see here. With the astral connection here is to basically keep this world under control. And from what I'm seeing from people that go into astral, or we're always in astral actually, we just don't remember it. But I believe, when you go into sleep, you connect more with it, but we're always in astral. Try connecting to that during the day and do your work and go insane. There's many aspects of us, just like Rick and Morty. So anyway, it's on crack basically. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe it's not exactly like that, of course not, but there's different aspects of you helping you and sometimes hurting you at times too. It's all unbelievable. What we're taught is all fake. Obviously, through television, through movies, through everything, we're not realizing that we're a powerful being. But as for those in astral that are asleep, don't think this is all crazy. They have, they're part of, their strings are attached. They're part of the show. It does feel like in astral, they're fine. They're aware of everything. Everything's great. But they look at themselves like they're absolutely terrified to let go of the manipulation. Because it's scary. You let go of the manipulation, people won't like you. You'll feel alone. You just feel you don't feel normal anymore. That's the feeling, not from everybody, but a good amount. At least those that listen to pop music, and connect to their darker sides. Those that connect to their darker sides. Only reason I'm bringing this up is to shed a light on it. Because you got to bring this stuff up. Because it might hopefully help somebody release it eventually. Like school shootings and things of that sort. It does seem like kids that get caught in that type of stuff get heavily manipulated by reptilians, and it's constant manipulation on their part. They're getting constantly manipulated. Sandy Hook, I'm not. That one's kind of a mystery. It does seem like, to give you an idea, Sandy Hook, there seems to be a lot of timelines that exploded during that. Meaning it's there to confuse, what really happened. As for what happened, I imagine it did, but also people are seeing other realities happening also. So a lot of timelines are thrown around during that event. So it was a cover up there, definitely. That's what I'm getting. So I believe it did happen. But as for that one kid doing that, there's something else behind that. And the multiple timelines is covered up. So I'm not saying what other people are picking up is wrong, because some people are just like, that didn't really happen. What are their timelines or it didn't happen? Or it didn't happen anyway that they're talking. Yeah, there's some major cover up there. And it does feel like it was Black Ops or Black Project, Black Ops. Some will say it's to a message to Obama that he was kind of going the wrong way. He wasn't listening, so there was like a warning to him. So I'll let you choose what you want to connect with. That one I don't doubt at all. When what I'm seeing here, there's multiple timelines there. There's a lot of stuff that it's like a web. They don't want you to know what's going on. There was black magic. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And humanity is just so asleep. And they're counting on that. That's the thing. The violence here, they count on people being asleep. So they can do this stuff. They can do this, their black magic, their manipulations. And people won't believe it. So they walk away. It's no problem. That's how it's done. Not to say all violence is done that way, but especially like with reptilians. Now, with reptilians, I do know that for sure because I can feel them. If you feel like you're possessed or feel like aliens around you or a reptilian being, people just call you crazy. And they don't give a shit. They're laughing their asses off. So that's how it works. It could be grays and other beings involved with it also. You don't see them, so they can get away with whatever they want. So for those like kids in violence in schools, I get just shootings and just Sandy Hook was a ritual from what I'm feeling. There's a lot behind that. That was a definite ritual. Now, other school shootings, it does seem like there's just massive manipulations there there are angels assisting, but they get ignored. There's even positive aliens around that. They get ignored. They try to help the scenario, and angels do also. But it's like, is they're under when you're connecting to darkness and pulling that darkness in, you shut everybody out. So that's what seems to be going on. Not all cases, but some. In Astral, though, it does seem like some of these kids want to sacrifice themselves for different reasons. Some of it might be for the awakening process also. It does seem like to a certain degree, they're like sacrificing themselves for their family to awaken. I'm not sure if it's the shooter, but those that are victims in those situations, so they can lead their family members into more of a awakening of the spirit world. Now that's to understand. I don't think that's all cases, but I can't connect to that fully. There's more to it than that, but that's some of it. So it's all, but the kids that get absorbed with all that darkness, in some ways they sacrifice themselves also. But to show you that there's darkness here that is being ignored. And it's our only way of letting people know there's something else going on here that you're not understanding. But they're not, some of them, it does seem like, obviously from great frustration from life, they can't handle it anymore. But some of them, they know something's around them, they don't understand it. My feeling on that. God, there's so much there that's not being really coming clean. Some of these kids that are going into darkness, that go into the shooting, some of them, I do feel an Arcturian energy where they are very ultra sensitive. And when they're ultra sensitive in a world that's this negative, they kind of lose their minds. They're not themselves anymore. So are they doing this in Astral? They're confused also. So there's that. So understand there's different types here. There's all different types of situations. It does seem like even in Astral, those that commit the crime, like a school shooting, they're just as confused in Astral as they are here. They're just as lost. It's just it's several things. Some has to do with beings that they had issues with in other lifetimes that are just like, we're going to take it down. And the soul just is not as unprepared for it. As you know, I mean, I was tested heavily in school too. There's a breaking point. The soul can only handle so much, and they know that. So they're going to hit you with everything they can until you break. So why do they do that? They have a vendetta against you. It's different. It's different reasons. It's different cases, but some of that is the case with beings, negative beings that are actually alien, from what I'm feeling. So there's that too. So in Astral, you do get confused, and you do get, if you're not with it here, then most likely you're not with it up there either, mentally. If you're kind of like if you have a lot of issues, most likely you're taking that to Astral too. But the reason I bring this stuff up, you gotta bring this stuff up to bring light to it, to understand it. How else you're going to heal a wound without having the, understand? It's like dissecting a problem. So, it's to avoid it, too quick to heal it. But how do you heal something like that? When you connect more to your positive energies, such as any type of event in life, it's hard to not blame yourself. But we're not healing ourselves correctly, as you can see. Like, we're using medicine. Now, psychiatry, I think, is good. Counseling is good. Hopefully a psychiatrist is not a psycho, but nobody's perfect. But sometimes they might be the best. Can't fix their own lives, but they can help others. That's great. So, I think that's good. Pills, I don't think that's good, but sometimes that's needed. Vicodin or whatever. Sometimes that stuff's true. There's good in that too. There is good. It's not the full answers, but I don't think it's all negative. Everything, but we try to cure everything. We don't know how to cure ourselves right now, do we? Not really. Television, that does help. It's little bits of everything, but more of you connect to your positive. See, that's another thing, to connect to your. Okay, you don't believe in aliens, that's fine. But do you connect to your healing ability? Not be so damn negative. Now, all of us, everybody's had their own dark side. Sometimes you need that. But connecting to your positive healing, such as forgetting appointments, like I'm like all pissed off about that. Like, damn it. Okay. My brain is not working as it is, but sometimes there's a reason for not working. Sometimes these things happen for a reason too. There's a positive everything, is just connecting to that. So it's like, it's easy to beat yourself up, that's for sure. It's the reverse then. That's easier said than done, obviously. The reason I'm bringing this stuff up, I'm going to go into more of Astral, but connecting to Astral, connecting to who you are, your spiritual self, to make life easier throughout your day. We have these challenges for a reason, to overcome the challenges. So they live in like Florida. I don't live in Florida. I'm here for a reason. And Tampa is a dark mobster area. Now I understand, you don't see mobsters driving around. It does have a mobster energy. I think also Capone was here plotting their stuff. So you do feel the lower energies here. A lot of money, like most towns, but of course, this isn't the only place, but you go to dark places for a reason, to learn from them, to challenge yourself, but also to overcome those challenges, to heal yourself. That's what, on the other side, everything's perfect, and we come here and we added way too much stuff to our, we added too many challenges here. So just like, man, this place sucks. I want to go and live on a yacht and just drink pina coladas all day. But when you're sitting there drinking pina coladas, like, gee, I wish I was challenged more. you know. So you know you have that too. So it's like then you get challenged. So you know balance. It's a pain in the ass. It's just appreciating the, you know, it's appreciating the test is easier said than done. Definitely, it's hard. Um, you know, like these Ken and Barbie scenarios of like the football player, I forgot his name, 49ers or whatever, it is, Patriots, you know, Ken and Barbie situation. You know, it's great and everything, but of course that has its problems too. We all have our problems. It's just getting out of the programming to tell you that being rich is, that's what life's about. You know, just you think it would actually be connecting to yourself, learning telekinesis, learning how to heal yourself. Learning how to heal yourself is pretty big right there. Making your life more positive, as difficult as it is, especially, you know, because I've been under a lot of pressure here. So doing that, finding balance, resting more, that's a big one. And then, you know, learning your other abilities, telekinesis, telepathy. That'll all come when the time is right for you. But that is richness there. Getting there takes time. Um, so, so all right, that's about it. No fan talking about it. You're awful if it's educational. Yes, I think Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, somebody, a friend of mine said that Mark Zuckerberg is from the future. You know, I don't even see him as the CEO of Facebook. I just want to put extra 2 words onto that. I don't see him as human. If you want to know what an alien looks like, look at him. Of course, look at anybody. But if you want it's a Zeta Gray is probably my lifetime as an AI. Also, I see him as a robot, an AI thinking machine, a solving problem AI machine. Maybe not always the best. Oh, I see him as an AI machine. I know Facebook's going to be an AI if it's not already, but I see Zuckerberg as an AI. Give you that one to think about. That's how I feel. I mean, I don't know if I know him in other lifetimes. I don't know. Just Facebook, the person I created just gives me the creeps. Um, Probably a nice guy, but something there, just I'm seeing it clearly. Not to say it's bad to use it, but you know, just to let you know, um, there's something there that's just Google's one thing, Facebook's a whole another machine. Like I said yesterday, but Zuckerberg, I don't feel him as human at all. Just is there something that's just, um, but that's just one example. Others act more human. They're better at acting human, but he doesn't do it well at all because he's here anyway for certain agendas. But it's all right. Okay. All right. Blessings all. Good night and have a great day or week. Blessings.